Hey, what's up? It's a Thursday. It's Rumor and Innuendo. I'm Dominic D'Angelo of Studio1Sports.com. Per usual, I'm here with Mr. Robert Cartless, WD Creative underscore ish. Robert, happy Thursday to you, man. I
Yes,
feel really elite right now.
I'm glad you feel really elite right now. I don't know what that's supposed to lead to or
You know,
mean.
you know. Oh,
What feeling elite means?
yes,
No, I can understand
all
if you're
elite.
feeling excited, but I don't know what makes you feel elite. But you're not doing that because you're in public, and that would be disingenuous. If I would have known you were wearing that shirt, I would have matched.
We could have been Miami Vice colors.
Dude, you have the double Studio One Sport bug up in the corner. You're blocking our friends at Podcast Heat, much
Actually, I
like
don't
our
think
boy
Podcast Heat exists anymore. Well, no, that's not true. Not
Podcast
as
Heat.
a resource.
Absolutely. Jeez, dude, ad-free shows doesn't exist anymore. Podcast Heat absolutely exists, and we are thrilled to be a part of Podcast Heat. Just best producer in all of wrestling. Let's say hi to the folks joining us. E says, "What's up? Another starless AEW. When will they hire real wrestlers like that Marcus D'Angelo guy?
Yeah,
Like how he doesn't
remember.
advocate for you to get hired. He's not like Marcus's manager." Dom should get a placement there.
I should get. I could manage quite a bit. I would manage Speedball Mike Bailey greatly. I'd enhance him.
Because you're just as proficient a talker as he is. Wrestling Old Head says, "Good after morning, all. I'm guessing Jack Perry came out with a bag of onions so they would cry him a river."
Good thinking. I thought that too. That's all that. Good point.
Johnny Disco is back saying, "Good day, R&I." Devin Dowling throwing us an AO. Devin Dowling, who has been watching this show for years, who just started following me on X yesterday.
Wow. How about man, Devin playing it slow.
Playing the long game. Willie Thornbrew says, "I only watch Dynamite because my brain will not allow me to watch Collision for self-preservation reasons." My DVR wouldn't let me watch Collision because it only recorded Dynamite. So I had to go out of my way to go find Collision. And what a tremendous use of time that was.
How about that, huh?
How about it? Cami Star says, "After morning." Thigh Slap says, "Good after morning, all. Has anyone heard about the ongoing Doink feud?"
I've heard on the cusp of it. Ray Apollo is upset, I think, about people using the doink gimmick on the indie scene, which is that's not a new thing, Ray. FYI.
So the guy who's not Matt Bourne,
No.
the guy who's not Steve Kern,
Mm-hmm.
the guy who's not even Brawler, is upset that other people are using the Doink gimmick.
Yes, the cherished, heralded, very exclusive doink gimmick.
Dre Owen says, "Hello, R&I. So is Britt, Mercedes, or Tony Storm as the wild card for the Owen Women's Tournament?" I'm assuming it's Thunder Rosa.
Why not all three or four? Adding Thunder Rosa.
I don't work here.
Everybody, all the girls that we don't know in that tournament, they should just relinquish their spots and then let's get some people we know. No offense to them, but come on.
So Wanna Breeze asked the most important question. "Hello, R&I. Will Dom ever find his keys to his apartment, or does he live at the bar now?"
You know what's great is I did lock myself out yesterday of my apartment. I did not have the key to my front entryway door that leads to my apartment. So I had to wait out there for like 15 minutes before a neighbor helped me. I'm trapped.
Dom is a it's a challenging man to talk to
I'm a
sometimes.
rambling man. Okay.
This is why I try to limit it to 30 minutes a day, and even with that, the amount of hair that I have lost in doing this show is.
And when you're not here, I go like 45 minutes, Robert. It's like the chains are off.
The chains are off because I'm really holding you back here.
No, that's not what it means.
Oh, primarily it's held back because I have a 30-minute window in my day to do the show, and then I have to go do other stuff. Dom is usually making
things.
Unimportant things like my actual world. Which to that end, programming note: one of us is not going to be with you next week, but rest assured, the other one is finding some suitable guest hosts for that. So, but I'll be back. I should be back by next Friday. So, and we will not have a show on Monday because it's Memorial Day.
That's correct. Yes, I have Kevin Nash lined up for next week. Kurt Angle will be joining me, and Tony Khan. That was the third one.
That sounds about right. Oh, did you do the Rob Van Dam show last night?
No, that's Robert. That's tomorrow, my friend.
That's tomorrow, and there's a special guest there that you've kayfabed me on. I don't even know who's going to be on it. So,
oh, you don't know? Ooh,
no.
Maybe let me reveal it to you right now, Robert. Very excited to have this person join me and Rob. Somebody that Robert here is very familiar with. It is MVP. Will be joining Rob and I.
Dude.
Yes. MVP.
I want to hang out with Hassan for a couple hours.
Do it. Join us in the chat, my friend.
Is this now? Hold on. Is he going to be? Is he logging in remote, or are they in the same room at the same time?
No, they're remote. MVP's on the East Coast. Rob will be in Vegas. So
I am. That is quite a duo.
I didn't steal the end team, as you can tell.
I was going to say yes. I'm all for the MVP. One of my all time favorite people in the history of working in wrestling. Just a great dude. Yeah, good guy.
Can't wait to talk to him. It'll be a lot of fun.
Can we take this nonsense down so we can get through talking about
the whole time?
I mean, well, you took everything out. There we go.
All right, Robert. Yeah. Before we dive into Dynamite, we got to dive into some AEW news that was announced beforehand. Mick Foley is All Elite. He will be joining the pre-show with Renee Paquette. Is this a good way to start Mick Foley off in All Elite Wrestling?
It's a pretty anticlimactic way to start Mick. In all honesty, here's what I'm trying to grapple with. So we know Mick Foley waited until his Legends deal ended because he said he wasn't going to do anything further with the TKO.
Oh, Robert, are you there?
WWE, and in large part to their association. That as long as they were supporting the Trump administration, or obviously Paul Levesque supporting his mother-in-law, Mick was not going to be a part of that world, like Ariel and the Little Mermaid. And it felt like, all right, he's probably going to wind up in AEW at some point. Having him announce that he's going to be at the pre-show, it doesn't sell any additional tickets. They're supposedly sold out clean for the show in Louis Armstrong Stadium.
Yes.
So there's that. People that were going to tune into the pre-show probably would have tuned in regardless if they really cared that much. Now they're bumping Jeff Jarrett and your boy RJ City. But when you realize the amount of people AEW has in the commentary role, where you've got Excalibur, Bryan Danielson, Tony Schiavone, Taz, Nigel McGuinness, Ian Riccaboni,
Matt
Menard, Big Show, who I think still works in that organization. It's a lot of people. Obviously Jarrett and RJ and Renee Paquette.
It is quite the amount of folks.
Oh, and Jim Ross.
By God.
The best part was I was listening this morning because I just truly don't value my own life to Jim Ross on with Conrad. Mm-hmm. And they asked Conrad, and Conrad asked JR about Mick joining there, and the sadness in Jim Ross's voice of realizing it's another person who's taking a spot from him.
Oh boy.
Well, Mick say he's a good guy. He's
Did you see that he also talked about a certain loaded glove be used on that show? JR did for older men. You didn't catch that part?
Talk about a loaded glove, like the coal miner's glove on a pole?
That was referenced on there. JR had other intentions for this certain glove for older men. Mm-hmm. It's one that's tied to one of our sponsors, Robert.
Oh, I wasn't gonna bite on this. I wanted to see how long this could last, how long you could hold out. And guys,
hey,
if you're looking to hold out, if you're a lady or you're a fella or that person that sends you a Jim Ross gif at 2 a.m. asking for a slobber knocker and they're ready for better sex, then you should be too. And we've got a special deal for our listeners right now. When you buy 2 months of Blue Chew Gold, you get the third for free with promo code RUMOR. That's promo code RUMOR. Visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information. And we thank Blue Chew for sponsoring this episode of Rumor and Innuendo. Blue Chew Gold is so good you could take it and still have Jim Ross in the brain and still be able to get the job done.
That's the mental performance there. Yes, have a good old slobber knocker, JR, and party down, everybody.
Yes, if you want to hear if you want to hear the commentary in the back of your mind of God Almighty, he broke her in half. As God is my witness.
No loaded glove, no love. FYI.
Nope, you made it too weird.
That made it too weird. Dom,
you're in public. Have some decency, man. I get it. Like we're promoting a fantastic product using that promo code Rumor, but like there might be like women or children or Spindrift cans, whatever, around you as you're chugging your Diet Coke. Yeah. Dynamite. Oh, by the way, I watched the entire MJF interview.
Okay, yeah. What are your thoughts?
Dude's the best. He is tremendous. Nobody better. I wanted to say something positive before getting into Dynamite.
Okay, but he is legitimately like he's the most valuable talent in all of wrestling right now. I think to a certain wrestling company.
Oh, I don't know. I think right now my all-time favorite talent may be Ludwig Kaiser.
Do we want to talk about that?
Did you read the TMZ excerpt? This is all I'm going to read. This is submitted without comment for the Midnight Society.
Yes, go for it. Throw the dust.
An update has emerged on WWE star Ludwig Kaiser being arrested following an alleged altercation with a neighbor inside a luxury apartment building in Orlando, Florida. Luxury and Orlando being oxymorons. According to a police report by TMZ, Kaiser, whose real name is not El Grande Americano, was taken into custody on Wednesday and charged with misdemeanor battery stemming from an incident that allegedly took place on April 23rd. The report states that Kaiser and a woman entered an elevator with another resident in the building. During the ride, the pair allegedly became increasingly affectionate, with police documents describing the interaction as uncontrollably intimate due to the aggressive nature of the kissing. After the elevator reached the 12th floor, the neighbor reportedly exited alongside the couple and told them to please have some manners. Authorities claim the comment led to a confrontation, with Kaiser allegedly attacking the man and knocking him to the ground. Here's to you, Ludwig Kaiser. My first thought when I saw that he got arrested for assault, this is how bad it is being a wrestling fan. I'm like, at least it wasn't a woman. That is literally the low bar that we have cleared here in the world of wrestling, that at least the domestic abuse claim that was thrown out there, or the battery, was not something involving a partner. The most important things to keep in mind, this took place April 23rd. My guess is if he notified WWE that this happened in advance, it's a misdemeanor. It's a he said situation. We don't know what ultimately will wind up coming from it. I don't think this is going to have any major impact on him. The worst, though, is the New York Post destroying kayfabe and apparently referred to him as El Grande Americano.
Wow. And how do they put that together?
Not since Phil Mushnick has the New York press been this detrimental to the world of professional wrestling.
The Post just has to focus on the Vrabel, Dan Orsini situation. Just stay in your lane with that. Okay.
I think what would make it even funnier is if Chad Gable tweeted out, "I didn't do it."
Somebody, you need social media guy, Chad Gable, whoever that is.
Yeah. There was a 3-hour episode of Raw. We got a Raw Dynamite. We got about 14 minutes to cover it. I think we can get this done.
We can't.
I think we can get it done with time to spare, quite frankly, because I think it took Tony Khan all of 11 minutes to book this episode of Dynamite.
Well, we start off with a big banger. It was Y2 Jackson or Bucks of Jericho taking on. Oh my God, who'd they take on, Robert?
Andrade, Mark Davis, and Rick O'Shea.
Yeah. What a trio. Trios. We love the trios here. And did you love this match, Robert?
Oh, what a match. You're trying to sell a multi-man match at your pay-per-view by giving away not only a multi-man match, but the first time ever that Chris Jericho and the Bucks have teamed up.
Yes. Yes. Out of nowhere, by the way, basically.
Yeah, pretty much out of nowhere. The dogs interfered. They helped the heels get the win. Jungle Boy came out. The Hurt Syndicate came out, including your boy MVP.
Yeah.
Yeah. I Stadium Stampede or whatever. I don't know. Whatever. This is where I went like, oh, this is a 3-hour show. We're just really trying to kill as much time as possible. So let's just put a bunch of guys into a match.
We got that. Then we got a bunch of blood in the next match. It was
before that there was a Darby Allin promo in the back where he basically did the Wolverine soliloquy, it hurts every time, and and then he's like, I'm gonna do whatever it takes to beat Speedball Mike Bailey. Okay, I don't know that we necessarily need to open the bag of tricks to beat Speedball, but sure.
In Darby's whole defense of this, I think his run will stand out because it's unique and it fits his personality, So hopefully, for the sake of story, I hope he loses.
It does fit his personality, unsettling and awkward. Tommaso Ciampa and Mark Briscoe decided to ensure that anyone who let their child watch this show between the 8 to 9 p.m. corridor was going to regret their decisions.
Greatly.
Great match. A lot of physicality, a lot of blood.
Oh, my God.
Stemming from what happened on Collision, I kind of feel like it was like it just went from 0 to 100 really, really quick.
Very quickly. You had a cheese grater, you had staple guns, you had the run sheet on Mark Briscoe's head.
But also, this was a Dynamite Collision, this could have been your Collision main event, and then you're tucked safely in that 10:30 hour of stay tuned for the end of the night to watch two dudes beat the holy hell out of one another. Instead, the main event of Collision, when all was said and done, was Roderick Strong and Orange Cassidy versus FTR to lull you slowly to sleep like a nice warm bath.
Robert, that would have been a great idea to just put that at the end of Collision. Be like, this isn't for the kids, everybody. Check it out, though. It's going to be crazy.
Again, a voice you're doing in public, you're going to wind up arrested. Someone who should be arrested, that damn Bandito, this criminal wearing a mask. Swerve comes out there to just go talk to the people, to give them what they want, which is a Swerve promo. Bandito just jumps them. But good news, they gave us 7 minutes of Swerve and Bandito going back and forth with each other to sell their match.
And that is happening at Double or Nothing, correct?
Yes. Yes, it is. It absolutely is. Unfortunate news was that Willow Nightingale has to, relinquish her TNT title or TBS title. She's TBS champion.
TBS.
Due to an injury. I think she's great. This definitely sucks.
Yeah. That's a huge bummer. It's and I think that was kind of a fun element even of that O&R tournament is can she repeat it? If you are having all these different women in the match, she was the steady constant. So it would have been neat to see her just even in that. So
I used to call her she should have been the Mick Foley of AEW, but good news, they're bringing in the Mick Foley of AEW to
That's
AEW.
Right. Those two are gonna interact.
Can you not do that when you're saying that they're going to interact with one? No, it's gross. It's awful. Speaking of gross and awful, Jon Moxley and Kyle O'Reilly in a Continental Championship Challenge
eliminator
match.
Key point eliminator match.
Oh, I was eliminated by looking for the fast forward button. It was fine. It went to a time limit, so now we had to sit through a Kyle O'Reilly promo, which may have caused CTE for those viewing it.
I thought it was great. I liked it, Robert. I thought
fine.
Look, you bring Kyle O'Reilly back. I don't think it would have done anybody any favors if you had him lose to Moxley and then you just move on. The fact that O'Reilly has Moxley's number, I think is a great story.
I get that, but Kyle O'Reilly, correct me if I'm wrong, already has a belt.
Oh, that's right. He does.
They have to stop. Yes, he's one of the trios champs. I thought that in the beginning when I'm watching Jericho and the Bucks wrestle Andrade, Mark Davis, and Ricochet, and going, "Wait, who is the 6-man tag champ?" And then I realized, oh, it's the guys challenging for the Continental title and the tag titles. Why even have the belts?
It's too many.
It's one of those things where you could have used this as a spotlight for somebody else, but now it's like you're putting this on the pay-per-view for a match that we just saw, and now for the pay-per-view, it's no time limits. This is a really well-constructed pay-per-view. The matches are really compelling. They've given them enough story and enough variety that you're going to get a really good show. This is the match that feels like it's going to be a bridge too far.
Yeah, this might push it over the limit here, of course. But yeah, I mean, just give it some time. I mean, have it happen next week after Double or Nothing or something. But I understand you wanting Mox on the card. Guess that makes sense. But yeah, Robert. Hey, real quick, if you had one question to ask Tony Khan today, what would it be on the media call?
Is there a God?
Ooh.
And is it Foley?
Ooh.
No. If wait, you're what time is your media call with Tony?
I think it's 3:00.
3:00. The important question to ask Tony Khan.
Yes. Did you watch Did I Marry an Axe Murderer?
Nah, so I married an axe murderer. I'll text you a couple of ones that I've got.
I was going to give it to the listeners here. Okay.
You gave it to the listeners? Okay. Well, I think one of them is you went ahead and signed Mick Foley to be one of your 30 or so commentators. How are you planning on best utilizing Mick Foley when you already have 2 stacked tables full of people? And then he's going to get all passive aggressive and defensive and, just watch the show and you'll see.
He doesn't get passive aggressive. He'll give me some sort of answer. Bye. I like it, Robert.
Yeah. There was speaking of uninspired, there was another multi-person match. This time, the ladies, Athena and the Triangle of Madness. One of those. Triangle of Sadness. Yes. Triangle of Sadness is a tremendous film, by the way. It's disturbing, but it's really, really good. This match happened. Thunder Rosa, Mina Shirakawa, and the Brawling Birds took them on. Yeah.
Is the Brawling Birds the worst tag team name in wrestling right now?
Bring back Techno Tag Team 2000.
I'm not familiar with that.
Throw it in your Google machine, kids. Everybody knows how great Techno Tag Team 2000 was. Speedball Mike Bailey took on Darby Allin. So the way to solidify Darby as your plucky underdog babyface champion is to put him up against a plucky underdog babyface.
I thought it was a fun match. I liked it.
It told a decent story, and it set up a really great Kevin Knight heel turn that never happened.
It did. It really did.
I'm watching. I'm like, Knight's like there, and he's like, "Don't give up! Don't give up!" And he gave up. And then he gets in the ring, and he's standing above his tag partner who's lying on the floor, and he's talking at him, not to him. I'm like, "Oh, he's gonna murder him. He's gonna murder him. He's gonna nothing."
No.
But then fear not, because then MJF brawled with Darby.
There we go. Mm-hmm. Is that when Dynamite ended? And then we went to
this was deep into Collision. And then I know there was an Ospreay Shibata match that was fine. Dre Owens asks, where is Eddie Kingston? Eddie Kingston is apparently on Ring of Honor, because I had asked, where the hell is Eddie Kingston? And then when Dom said he was doing a media call about Ring of Honor, I was like, who the hell is on Ring of Honor? And I saw that Eddie Kingston was there.
He wasn't on the card, though.
He was on one of the previous cards. There was something on the old internet.
Yeah. Where's Eddie? Come on, Eddie. Come on back. One of Bree says, every time I hear Brawling Birds, I think Birds of War. It's Always Sunny. Oh, man. That is true. Yeah, this Ospreay promo was good, but how many people watched it? That's the question. Oh, Robert, you were frozen.
I froze for a moment. What was that, Dom?
Oh, I said that Ospreay promo on Collision was good, but how many people watched it?
But at this point, do you really need a compelling story for Ospreay versus Joe?
You don't. I mean, that's a compelling match just in and of itself. So, yeah.
Well, I'm excited to talk Double or Nothing preview. I'll actually be doing a preview with Mr. Scott Chaplin when I record Working Stiff a little later on today, while you're busy talking to Tony Marie Khan.
Yes.
And yes, and my Mick Foley, one of my all-time favorites, great dude, gave me one of the best compliments ever. Once many years ago. He a follower of mine on X, and he had messaged me a long time ago. He's like, if this is not being run by someone who's a late night TV writer, you should be.
Wow, how about that? That is a high compliment right there.
Yes,
from a great writer, nonetheless.
From
New York's best time selling author.
Whatever. I own his books.
Yeah,
everybody went out and bought that book.
Heck yeah, that was a Christmas present of 1999 for me. Actually, for Marcus.
What a touching story. You can hear this and sorry, Cammy Star. I went to go do it, and then I looked at Cammy Star's comment and lost. He goes, "Foley called me a bitch years ago."
Wow, what happened, Cammy?
No, we don't want to know. We don't want to know because I don't want to take sides in this. We love all of our fans here.
We do.
And we'll see you tomorrow, as we do every Monday through Friday at noon Eastern on a plethora of platforms, including the WWE Creative_ISH X account, the @Dominic D'Angelo X account, the @SE Scoops X account, and on YouTube, on Studio One Sports, and Yes Kids Podcast Heat does exist. Yes, Virginia, there is a Santa Claus. So on behalf of the man who eventually is going to get banned for life from that bar, Dominic D'Angelo, I'm Robert Karpolis. Best of luck in your future endeavors.
I'm going to ask Tony Khan if those onions were organic.
Shh.